Yo, what's going on? This is JR Bell here, live on the Boxing Source, and this is the midweek report on February 26th, 2020. Um, pretty much going to get into it here a little bit and just discuss a few things, um, a few topics within the sport of boxing. Of course, you'll have, still going through the fallout, the reactions, everything from the WBC in Ring Magazine heavyweight title fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, with Tyson Fury getting the seventh round TKO stoppage of Deontay Wilder to win those WBC and Ring Magazine heavyweight titles, handing Deontay Wilder his first defeat of his professional career. Um, and it was basically been um it's been a lot. It's been a lot um to take in, and that you had you know all of these reactions coming from different parties, fans, boxers, columnists alike. And right now people are kind of talking about the post-fight reactions from Deontay Wilder. I have spoke on that topic for a little bit, but it's seeming like more and more excuses are coming from the side of Deontay Wilder. One of the things that wanted to bring up was the the instance of the towel being thrown in by Mark Breland. Now things are circulating that saying that Deontay Wilder um is saying that Mark Breland was influenced by Anthony Durrell to throw in the towel. Because like Anthony Durrell was, someone that was, from the Kronk Gym, or, associated with the Kronk Gym. And I think it was like yesterday, um, that Anthony Durrell pretty much debunked that. He, was on I think it was, IG Live with Clarissa Shields, who was also there in attendance for the fight. And, you know, Anthony Durrell pretty much, you know, nixed all of that, debunked all of that. So you have that. You have the whole thing with the excuse about um, the costume that he had. I've said on multiple occasions that in one instance you have the thing where I said that I've seen multiple um, young ladies in costumes uh, that have worn things like that, and you also have other things as far as like people wearing other costumes around that same instance. And me, I could go with what Deontay Wilder said in reference to his training regimen. So you have that going on as well. Um, but we have to see what happens here with Deontay Wilder. It looks like he invoked the immediate rematch clause for the third fight to take place. So we shall see what happens with that. Hopefully, I think we have someone on here for the live. Hopefully, he has fully recovered from what took place on Saturday night. Because Sunday he was a little bit hurt. He was still in recovery mode. I think he was laying in the bed pretty much like his main man was laying on the stretcher type thing while the doctor was evaluating him. But we have live now. the one, the only president of the Deontay Wilder fan club, Mister Matthew Brown. What's going on?
The costume was too heavy, JR. It's the truth. The costume was too heavy. Yeah, let it out. If my man said it was too heavy, it was too heavy. If he, yo, JR, if he said it was too heavy, it was too heavy. What, man? What? 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 What?
You could have helped me with something else, man. Please.
Bro, I saw the costume up close. It was too heavy.
Oh God. Okay, okay. I gotta recover. I gotta recover. Woo, woo,
It
woo.
was too heavy.
Oh, wait a minute.
So, all right, let me ask you a question, JR. Let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
Are you saying that you don't believe Deontay Wilder?
I don't.
Ah, come on. That man never been a liar.
Come on.
That
So
man
we're
has
not
never been a
gonna
liar.
go. So he's not he. So he hasn't been a liar. So what he told Joe Rogan was the truth. That he trains with 45-pound
Okay.
weights. Okay.
Training
So
is different than having it right when you're going into the ring.
mm-mm, not the way that
JR,
he was
if
having
you've
his training
ever,
regimen.
I
Not,
know
not well.
you
Here's the problem. Here's the
ever been on a
problem.
treadmill?
Here's the problem.
How your legs feel after a treadmill?
That's a treadmill. A
Same thing.
treadmill. No, it's not.
Same
No, it's
thing.
not. What's the key component in the treadmill?
I don't know. I'm fat. How the fuck would I know? The hell?
Oh, oh goodness. Oh boy. The thing with the treadmill is they go like on a hill and go upwards. So it works
Okay.
your calves. Okay. So you have to have some type of resistance going upwards because it keeps going up
But
and
it's
up
like
and up.
he had, like
Okay.
yo,
But here's the thing.
basically he did squats for 3 minutes on the way to the ring before he got
No,
there. Yes,
no, nah.
it was too
Here's the
heavy, Jr.
problem. No, here's the problem, man.
What about all right?
Even
What about the
even with
rabbit
that,
punch? What
here
about the rabbit
here
punch?
no here's no we gotta stay on this whole costume thing
Okay,
because here's the thing. One, who pre-approved the costume?
yo, I never said that it wasn't a mistake or a stupid idea to wear the costume. I
It
agree
was
with
a
that
stupid
hundred
idea.
percent.
Okay, that's a stupid idea to
It
wear the
was a
costume,
bad
but
idea, but
here's
that doesn't mean the costume wasn't too heavy.
but here's the thing. That does
Stupid
not affect
idea.
his legs. Here's the problem. What was Deontay Wilder doing before the ring walk in the ring entrance? What was he doing?
He was pacing back and forth.
Okay. So what does that work?
That works the legs too.
Okay. So if he says that, oh, the costume, then why are you wasting all of that supposed so-called energy or
The
whatnot,
costume
knowing?
wasn't on when he was pacing back.
But
See, see.
that's not the. Come on,
Remember,
come on.
he only tried the costume on once. Okay,
Mm,
it didn't say yes. He
okay.
tried the
Well,
costume
then
on
here's
once.
well then here's the issue. If he tried the
Okay,
costume on once, why didn't he realize then that it would be too much on him?
because he probably didn't. First of all, he probably didn't walk as long a distance as he did with it, going to the ring, and also he didn't have a fight after trying on the
That's not.
costume.
But here's the
That's
other thing.
different.
You know, it's
That's
not.
different.
Did
He
he
made a
know? Wait.
mistake.
Okay, so then here's the thing.
He made a
He
mistake
knows where the fight would have been at. He knows how long he would have been able to walk from that point up to the ring. He did it before.
Not with a suit that he was wearing like it was mad black jewels in there. It had
Come
lights
on,
and
bro.
it had lights in there. It was
Come on,
First
man.
of all, can we at least agree that that costume was fire? That shit was fire.
I don't know what it was about, to be honest with you.
I still don't know what it was about, but that shit looked nice. It looked nice.
I was like, what
Yo,
was it about? He could
I'm
have
looking
kept
at
it
that shit up
simple,
close.
man.
That
Like
shit is fire.
he could have kept this. Like, wait a, like what did he wear to the first fight? He
The
didn't wear
first
anything
fight, he
close to
wore
that.
the feathers, the
Oh, the feather thing. The feather thing.
Birdman.
He- But
I
come
wasn't
on,
feeling that
man.
outfit.
But what was the next thing that you were talking about? Oh,
The
the
rabbit
rabbit
punch
punching. Oh
in round three.
yeah. Well, here's the thing.
That was a rabbit punch there. Can you at least admit that
No,
it was a rabbit punch?
no, because then, okay. So here's the thing. What would I
Okay.
do? Would I say that it's rabbit punch and say that pretty much most of the shots that Wilder threw over the course of his pro career were rabbit punches, or say
What does
that
that have
it's
to do with
not?
the fight? Let's talk about the no no no. Let's
Okay.
talk
So
about
here's
what
the
happened
thing.
in round.
Here's the thing. What do you constitute as a rabbit punch?
A rabbit punch is a shot that lands behind the head. Like
Not behind the head, behind the head.
no
Where
no
did the
not
punch?
not it doesn't have a
I
rabbit punch is
know, but here's the
anywhere
thing.
behind the head. It doesn't have to be in the center of behind the head. It could
Okay,
be
so then here's the
right
thing.
here. That's a rabbit punch.
Okay, but here's the
It's a
thing
rabbit
about it.
punch.
Here's the thing about it. How are
Okay.
you going to immediately judge that it's a rabbit punch when you have to think about the reaction of the person that's receiving it? Because remember, what happened was Fury came to him and then he threw the left and then came with the right. When Wilder got hit with the left, he reacted to that and then got hit with the right and then went, you
Behind the
know,
head.
he ducked down. So then here's my
But he
thing.
got but he
Here's
got
my
hit behind the head.
but
Did
here's
he
the
not get
thing.
hit behind the head, JR?
He got hit in the temple. So then here okay,
That's
if
not
you're going to
JR.
say hit
JR.
no,
Come
cuz here's the
on.
thing. Okay, what is it that you say a lot? Stay consistent, right? That's why I preface it by saying that if I say that it wasn't behind the head, then everything that Deontay Wilder did against the likes of Bermane Stiverne, Luis Ortiz,
That
Sergey
wasn't behind the head.
Liakovic,
Deontay Wilder hit Bermane Stiverne like right here, right on the side. It wasn't behind. Fury's punch, I've seen the. Trust me, I've watched the replay many times. It landed
come
behind the
on,
head.
come
It
on.
landed on the head.
Okay, then let's move past that. Let's move past that. Okay, because what are you gonna say that Deontay Wilder got hit by a punch from the gods or something or whatever it is?
No, what I'm
Okay, so here's the
saying
thing.
is that Tyson Fury accidentally hit Deontay Wilder behind the head. It could have been also caused by Wilder because, like you said, the way he motioned his head when he got hit with the left kind of gave Fury nowhere else to hit. It's not like Fury could stop his punch mid punch to avoid the head, but he did get hit in the back of the head. I'm not saying Tyson Fury did it purposely, but what should have happened is on an accidental foul, you're supposed to get up to 5 minutes to recover. Because Wilder accidentally got hit in the back of the head, he should have gotten 5 minutes to recover. And if you noticed, for this was I've seen it. I saw Deontay Wilder motion to the ref that he got hit in the back of the head in the fight because he was getting head. He just was. I'm not saying Fury did it on purpose. I'm not saying that. But if there is an accidental foul, fighters should be allowed 5 minutes of recovery time. Because the ref didn't
Okay,
call
so
it,
okay,
then it is what it is. Wilder
It
lost,
is what it
but
is.
it does give me confidence in the trilogy that can win because the odds of him getting caught with that same punch to the back of the head again, the odds of him getting hit with that again is minuscule, and you should be prepared to go without
Not a
paying your
chance.
rent for a month.
Not a chance.
You should be prepared to go without eating for
Not
a
a
month.
chance.
You should make sure you stock up on ramen noodles because you will be owing me two steak dinners after Deontay Wilder successfully defeats in the third fight.
You're very entertaining, Matthew Brown.
And by the way,
There's no
this is the first
chance.
time I've ever said this publicly. This is the first time I've ever said publicly about why I believe Deontay Wilder truly lost. I believe that punch in the third round that landed behind the head changed the fight. He never recovered from it. And if you're going to have your equilibrium thrown off, one of the worst people in the ring to be with is Tyson Fury because basically Deontay Wilder was a sitting duck after that third round. I thought the first round Tyson Fury edged it. It wasn't clear. People make it seem like Deontay Wilder was never in the fight, which is just not true. Um, the second round, second round, to me, Wilder landed more punches, and he landed the more substantial punches, and he threw more. And I thought that he did a good job of throwing his jab to the body against Tyson Fury. And then it all changed with that shot in the third round behind the head. And guess who I blame for that? I blame Deontay Wilder. The referee came, he broke them up. Deontay Wilder got lazy, stupidly had his hands down, and Fury snuck him with a quick one too. It is what it is. It was a lack of concentration. It should not happen in boxing, especially in this magnitude of a fight. But I don't think it's going to happen again, and we will see.
Well, let's go through the thing from before the fight until that third round.
Uh huh.
Um, Tyson Fury had a plan, and he told
Absolutely.
people what his plan was. He was going to go straight at Deontay Wilder, and he was going to come forward at Deontay Wilder, and he was going to pretty much take the fight to Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is
Yeah.
that that is basically what he did. Now there were instances within the first couple of rounds where
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder did a few things. Okay, um, there were times where he, tried to throw his jab and throw jabs to the body and things like that. But one of the key things that I saw early in the fight that really had me, leaning towards Tyson Fury having the advantage before even the first knockdown was that when Deontay Wilder threw the right hand, first he landed the right hand near the end of the first round. Now, when he landed that right hand at the end of the first round, it wasn't like in mid range, or it wasn't like it was a counter. It was more like he did it with his right hand fully extended out. So while he did catch Tyson Fury with that right hand, it was from distance. And when it's from distance, he doesn't necessarily have his full body within that particular punch. So Tyson Fury was able to take
No,
that
that's
punch.
not what happened.
Now,
That's not what happened.
what I'm saying is Tyson Fury took that punch. Then he
No,
landed the
no, no,
right
no,
hand
no,
on
no.
Tyson Fury again.
Tyson Fury didn't take that
Okay.
punch. He didn't take that punch. What Fury did, and I I've been torturing myself watching this fight like on a loop all week. Fury did was he backed and took the force of the punch off, slightly leaning his head to the side. That's what he did. Back and to the side, back and to the side. It never landed flush. Never
He
landed
probably did
flush.
that one or
And
a couple
the
of
question,
times, but that's one of the things that was part of an adjustment because in the first fight,
that's one
what
thing.
Tyson Fury did was when Wilder threw his
Yeah.
left to start a combination, he would duck down instead of like taking a punch like
Yeah, he didn't
how
do that.
in the first Canelo Golovkin fight in those first 4 or 5 rounds when Canelo was there and Golovkin threw those punches. Canelo just took those. He wrote with those punches. So Tyson
Yeah,
Fury
like, and that's exactly what Fury
wrote.
did. That's what Fury
So with that
wrote
he but there's
across.
like a picture. Oh man, let me see if I can pull it up. I might have it,
Can Wilder land
but
flush on Fury?
hold on. And hopefully I still have that pic. Thought I had it somewhere. Hopefully I didn't delete it. There's like a pic where okay, yeah, I do have it. All right, let me see if I could pull this thing up here. So yeah, let me switch things up a little bit and then I'll yeah, get this thing going. Yeah. So so you see that there where Deontay Wilder was able to land that right hand right on Tyson Fury's ear, and he was able to take and he took that punch. He didn't necessarily roll with that punch right there. He didn't necessarily roll with that punch. But you also had instances
I
where
think
Deontay
Fury did a
Wilder
great job of
tried
blocking
to
most of Wilder's punches. He
blocking
blunted
or
them.
parrying Wilder's punches. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So the question is, can Wilder land flush on Fury? That's going to be the question because
I don't.
what we saw was Fury make a great adjustment where
Hmm.
he was able to roll with punch and take the hit. That's a great adjustment.
Hmm.
I don't take anything
Well,
away from Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, he spoke it, he believed it, and unfortunately, Deontay Wilder received it, received the beating of his life, and he's going to have to go back to the drawing board, and he's going to have to make the necessary adjustments. Maybe if that punch wouldn't have landed to the back of the head in the third round, would have went on longer. But it seems like no matter what happened, Fury controlled the fight because Deontay Wilder had nothing for him that night. He had nothing for him. He had nothing for him. Now, I understand why people are claiming Deontay Wilder's making excuses, blah 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 blah. If that's what happened, that's what he felt happened. It should he not express it? If people ask him, "Hey, what do you think happened?" And he's telling them what he thinks happened. One man's excuse is another man's explanation. You know, he's just explaining what he felt. And for Deontay Wilder, it seems like basically the Tyson Fury rematch was Murphy's law for him. Anything that could go wrong went wrong. And it was an unfortunate set of circumstances that happened all at the same time. And he had one of the all time greats in front of him, got his ass beat. Invoke the rematch clause, get
okay.
back in the gym,
Hmm.
let's do it. Third time. Up, regroup, reclaim. That's the new mantra.
Uh, I, I'm sorry, but I don't see it. I really don't. Here's my thing. Initially, I'm gonna try to limit this as much as I can because I got
Mm-hmm.
some, quote unquote inside information. Um, so we go back to the first fight. And in the first fight, or before the first fight, both of us predicted that Wilder would defeat Tyson Fury in the first fight. Um, I felt that, you know, even with what Tyson Fury, you know, what he was able to do over the course of his career up to that particular point, I didn't feel that he was fully, back into it to the level where he could avoid or box his way around Deontay Wilder for 12 rounds. And he almost did that. But the other thing that was kind of glaring in that is that Deontay Wilder ran into someone that he couldn't just use his right hand on and take down. There were times when, he's able to, either knock out his opponents or knock down his opponents. And then when they get up, he's eventually able to finish them. In that first
Yeah.
fight, he was not able to finish Tyson Fury. Now, in the first knockdown in the ninth round, he got the combination in, and with Tyson Fury ducking down, and he went down for that ninth round knockdown. So when Fury got up, Wilder didn't continue to press, or he wasn't able to press effective enough to stop Tyson Fury at that particular instance. And the thing with the 10th round was he didn't do much at all in the 10th round. So you had all of that momentum that Deontay Wilder got scoring that first knockdown, basically taken away from the point that Tyson Fury got up until the beginning of the 11th round. And so you go through the 11th
Mm-hmm.
round and then go to the 12th round where he basically gets Tyson Fury with a right hand while he's ducking down, and then while Fury's falling back, he gets grazed with the left. And there, he really thought that he had Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury was
He
able to
did.
get up. He was he was able to come on, man. He was able to get up, and he beat the count. Okay, so now with Tyson Fury being able to get up at the count of 9, not only did Deontay Wilder not able to finish Tyson Fury before the end of the round and the end of the fight, he got caught himself and he got stunned. And so while the result was a draw, Tyson Fury took some notes. He said, "Oh, so if I catch Deontay Wilder flush with a good shot, that stops him in his tracks." So we took that note in. So now we got this thing rematch. They want to see if they can activate the rematch. Deontay Wilder wants a rematch. Tyson Fury says no, I want more money, and did the deal with Top Rank. So here was the plan. He goes over to Las Vegas. He trains over in Las Vegas, puts himself and stations himself in Las Vegas. He goes and he has one fight against Tom Schwartz, 6'5", takes him out in 2 rounds, stays in Las Vegas and trains. Goes up against Adewale, 6'5", has issues with Adewale, but eventually gets the win for that. Okay. Now he's preparing for Deontay Wilder. He has all the facilities that are available in Las Vegas, all the boxing gyms, all of the fighters that go to Las Vegas. Top Rank is stationed there in Las Vegas, so he has all of those facilities. On the flip side, Deontay Wilder is there chilling in Alabama, has his trainers there, JD's, and occasionally Mark Breland. He just is there, just appears to be there. And They basically just go through the same basics that he's been going through for the past 12 years. He never really developed. He never really expounded his game. So you can't necessarily do
Has
that when you're fighting a guy.
JD's has JD's got any decent level pro fighters besides Wilder?
Not that I know of. No. Nope.
Hey, then maybe
Nope.
Wilder should look at bringing in someone more experienced. Because if you think about it, are we sure JD's is a good trainer, or is Deontay Wilder on his exceptional athleticism, his
N-
excellent
n-
time and power?
n-
Maybe JD is
No.
not adding much of anything
Here
anymore.
no, here's the problem.
Uh huh.
The mistake I'm going to theorize that the mistake with Deontay Wilder was made in the year 2015 when he won the WBC heavyweight title. Okay, that fight against Ramon Stavern was where he was able to go through 12 rounds and he was able to do a couple of things, working his, jab and working on other punches and things like that. Like he didn't,
Yeah.
necessarily, get through with the right hand. He was just working everything. He was working his tools. But then
Yeah.
he just started to, against the likes of a Eric Molina, a Johan Duopa, and then Archer Spilka. He brought up that Archer Spilka knockout before, when he was interviewed, and they showed that in the pay per view. But then the Archer Spilka, and then Chris Areola and the Gerald Washington. But you have to be able to get yourself prepared for guys of Fury's caliber or Fury's size, his measurements. And if you don't necessarily do that, you can't kind of make any type of adjustments or know what to do, in the ring against someone like Tyson Fury. So when you go against guys that don't really move their head that much, or don't necessarily have a jab that is or the reach that's at or further than you, then you don't know how to effectively counter it. And if you're not going to get people in the gym that could mimic that, and do some things, even if you don't have guys that match that type of frame, just mix things up to where you work on different things, at least as a basic boxing, you know just regimen. Like, work on a few different things. But if you're not going to continue to work on those things, you're not going to continue to work on defense, like being able to move in and out of the pocket, moving side to side and all of that, then you can't really prepare yourself for someone of Tyson Fury's caliber. This is a guy that they said was, okay, the number one man after defeating Latimer Klitschko. But you have, and here's the thing, both of these guys pretty much started around the same time. Both of these guys had been in well-known boxing gyms, but one decided to continue to work on his craft, and the other one decided to rely on one thing. So Fury basically has a head start on Deontay Wilder right now, and Deontay Wilder has a good amount of things that he has to do in order to catch up. And I don't think Wilder is able to do that, even if he has a new team. I just don't see it.
We'll
Hold
see.
on.
We'll see. We'll see.
My
What else
thing
you
with
got for
Deontay
me?
Wilder is, all right. So in a couple of days, we will have. What thing is this? We will have uh, at the Frisco in or the Star in Frisco, Texas.
Texas.
Main event. You're gonna have Mikey Garcia versus Jesse Vargas, and they added the WBC Diamond welterweight title on there. Of course, Mikey Garcia with his
For
sole
what?
loss against. Uh, it's the WBC. Come on, it's the
You got to do better,
WBC. What
Mauricio.
do you expect? No, come on, man. He's out there chilling with Mike Tyson and Vander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis. He's all good. Um, so you're gonna have the WBC Diamond welterweight title, on the line, but also in the co-feature, I think it's what Kyle Fi against Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. That's going to be something to watch out for.
Ask you
To see
something about the
where.
main event.
Uh
Um, does Mikey Garcia belong at welterweight?
I don't like him at welterweight. And if he gets the win against Jesse Vargas, I don't think that's not going to do much for him at welterweight because
Why not?
here's the but here's the thing. What is he? What would be next for him at welterweight if he gets the win over Jesse Vargas? Who is he
Well,
going to fight?
I'm
The winner
sure
of Maurice Hooker and Regis Pro
I'm
Grace?
sure the PBC will find stuff for him.
Well, if
I'm
they
sure the PBC will find
advise,
stuff for him.
maybe they'll put him in the ring against Jordanis Ugas or something. I don't know, like, uh, or
That
maybe
wouldn't be a
they could.
bad idea.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe Alexander Vesputin will have his suspension lifted by the time Mikey Garcia has his next fight.
Maybe Mikey Garcia could have a rematch with Sergey Lipinets.
Sergey Lipinets definitely want that fight. He would definitely want. Speaking of, what the heck is Sergey Lipinets doing right now? like, like, yo, has he even had anything since? He had like one other fight in July of 2019 for an intercontinental title.
Yeah.
So they put him like in position. Oh yeah, he is number 2 in the WBO. So yeah, I mean, maybe they should, like I said, Lipinets versus Garcia. Then if you can't have Mikey Garcia, then have Danny Garcia up against him.
Well, PBC has
So
been great in having all their weights face off. I know this fight for Mikey is with Matchroom and the Zone, but it was a one fight deal. He'll be back on
yeah,
PBC. You can't turn down $7 million to fight Jesse Vargas. I mean, Al Heyman was probably like, "You better take that shit, motherfucker." Shit. Al Heyman was like, "Yo, go
yeah,
get the
like
bread."
like go get that
What?
money, man. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, jeez. But yeah, like I said, Kaya Fi against Chocolatito Gonzalez for a super flyweight championship. Julio Cesar Martinez against Jay Harris for the WBC flyweight title. And the guy that's not a killer, Joseph Parker against Shondell Winters in that. And yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that Murat Gasayev is not part of this card, but it is what it is with that. So
You talking
um,
Gassiev?
yes, yeah, him with the injury. So
Well, Gassiev has fought a long time. So I wonder the curse in Super Series because all these guys that have done
yeah, nothing since
absolute since uh,
Callum Smith,
Usyk,
Usyk.
yeah, beat up Tony Bellew, okay, and then
Yeah,
Chaz, who cared about that, and now he's injured
yeah,
again. You got
yeah.
Gossip who was in there, who was injured since then. Has he fought since then? I don't think so. He hasn't
No, he hasn't.
fought since then.
Nope.
You have Callum Smith
Who fought Son and Dom on
has
June
since
1st. He fought
won
a
some grassroots.
middleweight.
Yeah, absolutely nothing since then. What the hell
Well,
is going on with these guys?
well, supposedly, Callum Smith won the sweepstakes. Supposedly, there's nothing that confirms that, but supposedly he is the one that won the sweepstakes. But yeah, these other guys, and I don't know. You had your boy, now in a way, who had that injury after defeating Onito
Got his
Donaire.
shit
So,
broken.
and like, I'm like, oh man. So I don't know what's up with these World Boxing Super and base, and we finally have a date for uh the cruiserweight final
I
with
have no.
Torticos. Like, oh
I
man.
can't wait for that.
Um, yeah, the KO doctor, man. The KO doctor is there. I mean, I know it's Dortico's brightest, but yo, Dortico's gotta go in there and knock him out. Hopefully your boy
He ain't
Robert Bird, hey, nah, Robert Bird better not be the referee. Robert Bird better not be the referee, man. That would not be a good look. Um, also, what it would be Friday, they'll have most likely I say that they'll have the announcement of Regis Progress versus Maurice Hooker. That will be on April 17th over at the MGM National Harbor. You have the co-feature bout. That'll be Javier Fortuna against Luke Campbell for the vacant WBC lightweight championship. So that's a very good
that's a decent
co-feature.
card.
You know, I'm looking forward to that over at the MGM National Harbor. So that will be good. Um, but I think this will be a fairly good event over at the Star in Frisco. I think it's going to be somewhat of a measuring stick still for Mikey Garcia as far as like his overall marketability. Because
Yeah,
we're thinking that he's trying to be the next superstar around that weight class. So they're trying to see like how many they pull here against Jesse Vargas. But like
I'm
you
gonna go
said,
count the stats.
um, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna go count the dots.
yeah,
See how
yeah.
he's
You
doing.
should have. Yeah, you got to do a down counting a report update for that, because
Counting the
that's
dots
going to
was
be.
very successful for Wilder versus Fury, by the way. Well,
We got to see
that was
if it how
that
how
was a
how
big.
much higher that it got for the gate. If it's reached over 18 million, um, it's at least 17 million at the minimum. Bare minimum is 17 million.
That's
Um,
that's great.
because the
That's
heavyweight
great.
record was 16.8 million. So there's that. Um, but yeah, with this particular fight at the
Yeah,
Star
that
in
that's great.
Frisco,
That is
we
amazing.
got we got to find out. Um, what else is out
Who are
there,
you taking,
man?
Garcia or Vargas?
Garcia should win this. He should win.
Are you picking him
To
to win?
me, I'm picking him to win. I'm picking him to
He
win.
better win
I think, yeah, I
because
know
it's Jesse
yeah, he
Vargas.
better win. No, he can't, yo. If you can't beat Jesse Vargas at welterweight, oh man,
Lose
yo,
to Jesse Vargas. Jesus Christ.
yeah, yo, goodness. I'm like, people could understand you losing to Errol Spence, but if you lose to Jesse Vargas, though, Jesse Vargas, who couldn't even defeat Thomas Delorme, like, come on.
Yeah, he can't lose to Jesse Vargas. Who are you picking with Chocolatito versus Yafe?
Your face should take it. I
So
think
you
your
don't
face
think
should take it.
Chocolatito got one left hurrah, or he's just finished?
I'm. I don't know if he's finished because he's not fighting Sorangvasai again, but I have to see what happens here in this particular fight. But I think Yafa should be able to take it.
Will Chocolatito get sent to hell?
Oh, I think some people might hope that he does because of his fans or whatever fans he had. Um, but it's gonna be something to see if Chocolatito is able to, get the win here in this particular instance, man. Um, but also, next week you had that fight card over in the Barclays Center, headlined by Adam Kalnacki against Robert Helenius. So we'll see two big guys.
Who
We'll
cares?
see.
Who
Yeah,
cares? Who
come on, man.
cares?
Isn't that your type of fight?
I like you. Listen, I rock with Konaki. You know I do. But
Right.
the fuck? Last time I saw this, Gerald Washington was sending him straight to hell. Why are we
And we
giving
saw
him
what
all of
happened to
that
Gerald
chance that
Washington.
he's fighting Konaki now?
Oh
Like,
man.
come on, you got sent straight to hell by Gerald Washington. I don't care about that.
uh,
What are your thoughts on
Re-
what's going on? With the WBO light heavyweight title. Did you hear the news on that?
the WBO light heavyweight title new.
Yeah. You remember the WBO ordered the mini 4-man tournament. It was supposed to be Zerda Ramirez versus Aleda Alvarez, and
Uh
then
huh.
Umar Salala, what I don't know his name, against some
Salamov,
other no-name guy, Maxim
Maxim
Blasov.
Blasov.
Yeah. So apparently Zerdo is out of the tournament because of issues with Top Rank,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be Joe Smith taking his place. So let me get this guy who was reigning WBO super middleweight champion moves up to 175, doesn't get his automatic title shot because he's on the outs with his promoter, and we know Top Rank owns the WBO, and now he's not going to be in the tournament, not going to have a shot at the title completely. Like, why are fans okay with what's going on with Zerda Ramirez? This is not okay. It's just
Free
not
Zerdo
okay.
Ramirez, man.
Free
Like
Zerdo.
free him. Free Zerdo, bro.
Free
Free
Zerdo.
Zerdo. Cause ain't no
Ridiculous.
way you could have him move up and then he's not, granted an immediate title shot. Like, how does that work? You know? And thing about it is that I think, and you know what's wait, no, I was trying to figure it out, but it's like it, he was kind of like set up in a sense because him being a long-standing, super middleweight champion, and then him moving up in weight to like heavyweight. When you had
Mm-hmm.
Sergey Kovalev get the title back from Eleider Alvarez, and
Mm-hmm.
they had worked the whole thing to set up Sergey Kovalev against Canelo Alvarez. When they had the thing with Kovalev and Anthony Yard and set that up, basically, that's when Zerto should have said, yo, what's up? Because
They
yeah,
basically forced Bob Arum and Warren forced him to give the title. Saunders get it, and then Saunders went and
hmm
left the ESPN umbrella anyway. You fucking idiots. So you basically gifted a belt to Eddie Hearn, and now you screw Zerto, and because he's upset and he wants out of his contract, the WBO, Paco Valcacerel, whatever his name is a
Vacarel,
gutless
Vacatrell, or
coward
whatever.
piece of shit. Gutless coward. We saw what they did with Glowacki and how they tried to pass up
Glowacki,
on that
yeah.
situation when he should have
Hmm.
never title
Lost the
and
title.
added
Right.
like this is gutless. How can they allow Zerto Ramirez, who is a long reigning champion, representing them with dignity and class? No one's ever had a bad word to say about Zerto Ramirez. This man has
No one.
done exactly everything that was asked of him for years. And for the WBO to basically screw him over, I like this stuff like this is what's wrong with boxing. And I'm upset that because Zerto Ramirez is not a big name. So nobody cares and it's not right. It's not right what's happening with Zerto Ramirez.
5 times he defended the WBO super middleweight championship. And when he decided to move up to light heavyweight, like I said, before he had his first fight at light heavyweight, that's when they had the rematch with Eleider Alvarez and Sergey Kovalev, which was, like you said, under the top rank banner. So you would have had the winner of Eleider Alvarez and Sergey Kovalev going up against Zerto Ramirez for the WBO light heavyweight title. But they didn't do
Yeah,
that because they, I don't know like what the exact date is, but Aram
money,
and
money.
Kathy Duva got the word in. It's like, hey, don't put Kovalev in there in a tough fight. Just have him against someone that isn't necessarily that experienced. And if he's able to do that, then we'll get him the Canelo fight. And that's what they ended up doing.
They said Canelo offering what? Oh, okay, we out.
What? Yeah, we out.
Sorry,
Deuces, chuck
Zerto.
them, chuck them. Yeah, hey, deuces,
But
Zerto,
why
we
did the
out.
WBO sign off on that? That wasn't the right thing to do. Like this
Zerto
really
should. Hey, where's the
pissed me
lawsuit?
off.
Where's the lawsuit? Zerto should have a lawsuit on the WBO. He should sue the WBO because he did what he was supposed to do in the process of moving up in weight, so that when he held the title at super middleweight, he moves up to light heavyweight. He has one fight at light heavyweight to secure himself as the mandatory contender for the WBO light heavyweight
Exactly.
championship.
And you order a tournament?
Yep.
A tournament. Since when was the last time the yo ordered a fucking mini tournament for that? They usually just name the number one contender, the number one
The
contender.
man,
I've
the
never
only
I don't
time,
understand that.
the
When was the
only
last time they had a
time
tournament?
The only time that I remember the WBO ordering a tournament where they had a vacant title was when they tried to have a tournament for the heavyweight title and try to involve Latimer Klitschko with it. To an
You know how
extent,
long
they
ago that
tried it.
was?
Yeah, it's in 2016, right?
Ridiculous. Come on, this ain't right,
Like I
Jr.
said, man,
This ain't right, man.
Ramirez got to sue him, man. He got to sue them because that's that's malpractice. That's going back on their word. That's yo, yeah, you gotta sue them
And,
because
and here's my thing, right? The dispute with Zerdo is over money. Bob Arum and Top Rank doesn't think that he's worth what he's asking for. If you don't feel like he's worth what he's asking for, release him from his and then go
right.
sign elsewhere and see what's out there.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
what the
just
fuck? Like I don't get it.
free
He's
the
not
man. If
worth
you don't think
he'd
he's worth
rather
that much, then
dish
free
out.
him.
It's ridiculous,
Well,
man.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Look what they did to Andy Ruiz. After he lost that fight with Joseph Parker for the vacant WBO
Ridiculous.
heavyweight title, they put him on ice for almost 2 years. So that's what they're basically doing with Zerto Ramirez, man. That's just not that's not cool at all. right there. So like we were saying, man,
See
free Zerto.
to talk about it. Zerto is not a huge name, not the most popular guy. All right, great, but
Hmm.
he's in the prime of his career. He's been dignity and class for some, has represented boxing
Hmm.
very well. Deserves better. He deserves better.
True.
He's not like
True.
that piece of shit Dillian White. You know, he's
Oh,
better. You
oh
know.
yeah. Ah.
I'm sorry, I had to get it. I'm sorry. I
Ah.
had to get that in. I had to get that in. I apologize.
Ah. Yeah. And then what? Here's something that's kind of weird. March 14th. Madison Square Garden Theater. Shakur Stevenson against Miguel Mariaga. Uh, First defense of Stevenson's WBO featherweight championship. So that is the
Who gives
feature bout.
a fuck?
Well, it seems
Who
like
cares?
Top Rank doesn't. It seems like Top Rank doesn't because there's right now up to this particular point, there's no other fight on that card.
You know, I
Nothing.
just realized that the card is basically 2 weeks out.
Yeah,
I just realized that. Shit. And it's not gonna draw nothing. It's
it's
not
not.
gonna draw anything. Nobody. I know Shakur's your boy. Nobody gives a fuck about him.
Where's the
Nobody
promotion
cares.
for it? Where's the promotion for it? Look, I bet you
Hey
they're
man,
promoting the
nobody
thing with
cares about these little dudes.
freaking no, they're promoting the thing for St. Patrick's Day more than they're promoting this fight. That's what's so bad.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. One way or another, if it happens, I'm gonna be there. Like I said,
But
that's
look at it this way. Look at the promotion that went into Shakur Stevenson last fight against Joet Gonzalez.
mm-hmm.
Nobody showed up.
Everybody showed up,
Who gives a fuck? Couldn't sell a fight
and yo,
when
yo, you couldn't sell a fight where
that storyline. You couldn't
Shakur
sell the fight.
Stevenson was a is a boyfriend of Joet Gonzalez's sister. You couldn't even push that. Wait a minute, and that is. But here's the other thing, though. Why have the fight over in Reno? What? Like, wait a minute. So you're gonna have the fight over
Yeah,
in Reno for the world title? You couldn't have it in Newark. You couldn't have it in DC. What? Come on.
ridiculous.
Shoot, you talking about nobody cares about those guys in the weights? Who's like Top Rank is caring about the guys in those weights? It's
And you know
horrible.
what? This is what Top Rank
Nah,
does
shout out to
to a lot of their certain fighters. They pay
uh
you. I'm sure Shakur Stevenson's getting $1 million a fight now, and he
yeah,
thinks,
he's
yeah,
getting
that's
paid pretty
money.
good.
But guess what? Later on, Top Rank is going to say, well, we paid you $1 million. You didn't really draw that much. We paid you $1 million too.
Right.
You didn't draw that much because they're not putting these fights in place. And so then when he's like, yo, I need the big payday. What's going on? They'll be like, yo, you don't draw. You're not a big draw. We can't sell you a fighter like you, and you know what I'm talking about. We can't sell you past a certain
Hmm.
point,
Oh,
and
we got to
he's
bring
going
this
to
back
cap what
up.
he can make.
Hold up. We got to bring this back up. Now, what was the thing about this particular fight that's happening at Madison Square Garden Theater? It's happening because of something else with you know who. So apparently, that is basically what ended up happening was that Josh Warrington was probably the one that held out for more money, and now he's over there with Eddie Hearn. in the
It's
whole
crazy.
unification fight that they're talking about, now it's gonna be probably it's gonna be Josh Warrington
Crazy.
against Kanzu.
Crazy.
Ooh.
Ridiculous, man.
Oh my goodness,
So
man.
instead of Warrington versus Shakur, we get Shakur versus Mariaga, and we're gonna get
Ariaga.
Warrington against a guy that has a total of 5 letters in his whole name. What?
Yep. Yep. Oh man, that's hey, I guess see that's why you don't necessarily care about those weight divisions because that's what ends up happening. Oh man, so yo, that's basically what I got here for the midweek report, man. I'm gonna see about this whole thing with the fight card over in the Star in Frisco, Texas. Um, I might sneak out there, man. I might sneak on out there. So we'll get a little bit of updates on that. And you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And on Sunday, we will be scheduled to have on former heavyweight champion of the world, Shannon the Cannon Briggs, live
Let's go, champ!
on
Let's go, champ! Let's go,
Shan.
champ!
So tune in for that. We'll have updates about that
That's who
podcast and
Wilder needs to
everything.
call. Wilder needs to call Shannon Briggs, man. Shannon
Yeah,
Briggs gotta get that man back on his game.
yeah, something, man. So we'll talk about all that more with Shannon the Cannon Briggs on Sunday. So it's gonna be a good little show there that we have scheduled. So y'all check it. Um, just be on Blog Talk Radio Live, or subscribe to the podcast on Anchor.fm or iTunes or Google Podcasts. And that's what I got here for the midweek report. Until Sunday, folks. Peace out.